However, moving over to the next tab, what do? What does it mean for Apple? You see, that's a bad look for Apple. Wistron, okay, you see the Wistron logo. I mean, this is one of the reasons why Apple deals with these manufacturers. Like, imagine an Apple logo over there in that assembly plant. Mm-hmm. Imagine them smashing the Apple logo. Ooh, we want to talk about optics.
Iconic.
Talk about optics.
Yeah.
Post-apocalyptic Apple smash. Apple's got to do something about it because the heat ends up on their doorstep either way. Right, because they know these stories come out. They know it ends up on The Verge or it ends up on Lou Later, and people start to wonder, hey, why are these workers so upset? Apple, you're what are you, $1 trillion? You can't pay. You're not going to pay the workers. Mm-hmm. What's going on here? Reports of a sweatshop like Atmosphere. Is that what you want, Apple? No, you don't want that. You really don't want that. Yeah. And they've made moves in the past quickly, decisive moves. To put things like this to rest, to bed, to investigate. But one thing that happens here, Will, because Apple is not Wistron works for Apple, they get to come in and say, we have dispatched teams to check on Wistron to see if they flouted supplier guidelines.
Yeah.
They get to say that instead of, yeah, the workers are upset and it's our fault. Uh-huh. I'm not saying it's their fault. I don't know if it's their fault or not. Mm-hmm. I'm a man who talks.
Yeah. What they're trying to say is they're trying to distance themselves.
Well, it's baked into their procedure to be distanced from the manufacturing. It grants a certain amount of protection against investigation. Mm-hmm. Because now it's like, well, they did. What can I do? They did it.
Yeah.
What can I do? I'm going to sort it out right now. Mm-hmm. You know. We're the righteous. Yeah, we're the righteous. We're going to go sort it out right now. Everybody's going to be happy. But I'm not saying it's a smart way to do it. I get it. I get it, how these things work the way they do. However, now Apple has to go in there and try to put the thing back together. We have reports from higher-ups in the Indian government that are saying, hey, it's a bad look. They're saying it's doing damage to the Made in India push, the Made in India campaign, because foreign investors are going to say that seems risky, right?
It has huge ripples.
On the flip side, trade union leader in India has said that the violence was a direct result of the, and here's the quote, brutal exploitation of workers and sweatshop-like conditions. You know Apple doesn't like that word. You know Apple does not like that word.
So it's not even about money in this case.
Yeah, that's what the trade union guy says. So you got to split. You got to divide. I knew there were going to be growing pains, though, because the way Apple likes to work in the Wistrons and the Foxcons of the world, you don't know how that's going to map to different places that have no experience with whatever that is, that thing. I visited smartphone manufacturing facilities, not Apple's, in China, and I'm like, whoa, this place is real tight. Mm-hmm. She real tight. Like everything goes from A to B and it's checked. Your supervisor checking your work.
Right beside you.
That you just did.
Yeah.
It's stress inducing. However, the results speak for themselves. You want a level of attention and a level of quality as an end user, as a buyer. It's hard to do it casually.
Yeah. And it took years and years of experience. Time.
Basically, I'm blaming you. I'm blaming the buyers for demanding such perfection. Yeah, I'm blaming you, Will.
All right.
Demand such perfection.
Yeah.
And it starts at the supplier level. It's tough to make perfect stuff. Anyway, Apple's on their way. Like they're on their way like Batman with the
bat signal.
The signal.
Yeah.
Went up in the sky. Tim's on the way to save the day. He's going to sort it all out, sit down with all the parties, unions, and...
Bat Tim.
Yeah, and sort it all out. Tim himself is going to flip the cars back over.
Yeah.
The cars that were flipped up during the protest, he's going to flip them back over. He's going to touch them, and they will be reborn with an Apple logo, and they'll be fully electric.
What a great...
Yeah, and they'll have full integration.
Superpower there.
Maximum iCloud storage.
He's like, oh, yeah, perfect.
That's all it takes.
Meant to be.
Anyway, I have to say, I had to say that I hope that there's a solution that can be. I hope that the thing can end in a positive light and things can be sorted out. Apple has tremendous amount of power and cash, and I feel like they can sort it out. And so I hope they go in there with the best intentions and figure a way to do it. However, on the flip side of things, I'm also going to say, again, not being on the ground myself, not being one of these workers myself, I'm also going to say, whenever possible, to be able to, what's the word? Diffuse situation, pre-violence, that's always going to be ideal as well, on the flip side. Before you have destroyed everything and endangered whoever set ablaze, there's a lot of collateral damage. There's a lot of bystanders that might not be associated. It's a very blunt force type of tool.
Physical violence.
It's it comes from a place of desperation. I understand that.
Yep.
But to whoever has influence on that side of it, you hope they can find a way to move towards a productive outcome as well.
Yes.
That's the political piece you put at the end, Will.
Uh-huh.
You understand? You got to, because there is no, because you can't put a stamp on it, really, is the truth of the matter.
Yeah, everyone has their own perspective.
Exactly. You got to cover both sides.
Yeah.
It's a tough situation.